They're both bisexual. They do weird things in their house. And young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills. Bryshere Gray. Left that house screaming. August the only one that stayed, and I guess he was really sick. He needed a dog.
Gray, one of the stars of the hit show Empire. Tonight we're seeing hours of new video from his July arrest that ended with his wife flagging down police and telling them the actor had assaulted her for hours inside their Goodyear home. The bizarre jailhouse interview lasting for 2 hours as they try to piece together a chaotic chain of...
Bryshere Gray and August Elena are losing it right now. After Carte came out and spilled tea about their secret gay relationship, things have completely spiraled. The internet's in shock. Turns out, while Will and Jada were busy playing their own strange Hollywood power games, they were also dragging these two into something way deeper than anyone imagined.
You know, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yeah. Situation that I considered private.
You just feel like it ain't really nobody's business. Yeah. But now Black Twitter has claimed it as their business.
When I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided...
I was done with you.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
He and August were having their own little situation going on. And people are saying that's how August finally realized he was into men all along. And here's where it gets even crazier. Bryshere's story follows the same wild pattern. Everyone remembers him as that clean-cut kid from Empire, right? But after his alleged time around Will, he started switching things up big time. Now he's openly doing content on OF, and it's just him and men. No women in sight. It's like a complete transformation, and fans can't stop talking about it.
You and Charlie Mack. They're trying to slay him out so he'll feel too embarrassed to file his lawsuit against Diddy for what Will and Diddy did to him. With Jaden and Justin present, that tape exists.
Oh yeah, no, definitely.
Don't nobody care about these kids. Don't nobody care about these kids.
Folks online are convinced there's something deeper connecting all these stories, and it's messy. Let's rewind this chaos a bit. Bryshere broke into the spotlight at only 17 with Empire, and the world was ready for him to be the next big Hollywood star. He had the looks, the talent, the charisma, everything. But right when things started booming, his manager at the time, Charlie Mack, allegedly introduced him to Will and Diddy through what was supposed to be a mentorship program. But let's be real, the streets are saying it was nothing like a mentorship.
Because of Charlie, see? And Charlie had promised her all kinds of things. And all she had to do was pretend to be a broken down single mom who worked her way up through the ghetto and raised a superstar for television, when the truth is she wasn't nothing but a drug dealer's whore. That's all she ever was. She went from dealer to drug dealer, and then she snitched on whoever she needed to snitch on until she could get to the bigger bag, until she got with Larry Lair, my friend who raised Bryshere in $1 million home. Your whole book is lies, Andy, and I hope anybody that bought it asks for a refund and demands it comes out of your pocket every time they see your son's gay porn.
They say these so-called sessions went on for days, and that it was less about mentoring and more about control and influence. The whispers around Hollywood have been loud about this for years, but now the puzzle pieces are finally clicking. And the truth might be uglier than anyone thought.
About Bryshere's mom, I'ma kick you in your pussy and then I'ma go to work North Philly style. Fuck you and Charlie. You happy now? He's a gay star. Are you happy now, Andy? For a book that didn't sell? I hope that new husband of yours leaves you. And maybe it's time you tell your son why his father is really in jail, his biological father, for all of his life, and what you had to do with it. You can see she came to me and begged me for my help. I told her to get the away from Charlie. I did everything that I could do to get Bryshere, to help her get Bryshere out of California into Chicago State to be ready for filming. She knew she knew what Will did to him. Turn him into a prostitute so you could pretend to be something more than what you are, which is nothing more than a filly whore. You're a whore. You're a bigger whore than they're making your son out to be, that's for sure. Because he didn't have no choice. You was down by all.
After that so-called mentorship, Bryshere was never the same again. Something deep in him shifted, and people could see it clear as day. He went from being one of the most promising young black actors in Hollywood, a star everyone thought would go far, to someone barely holding it together. It's like the light that once made him shine so bright had completely dimmed.
I really hope none of that baby oil was used on those kids. That would just be in bad taste. Baby oil on babies.
You can't say that the flavor camp was sponsored by Johnson & Johnson. You just come on. Come on.
Starting to sound that way, ain't it?
No.
All that talent, and she let Charlie tune that boy up on knowing that he was bipolar and had ADHD. What kind of mother would do that to her son? I'm sorry, the Bryshere conversation for me is not easy. Because I came to Belial and I asked Belial to help me save the kids, and all he was worried about was his fucking book.
Hollywood can be a brutal place, but Bryce's change was extreme. His energy, his confidence, even his smile disappeared. Before long, the whispers started. Rumors about substance abuse, mental breakdowns, and violent outbursts. It was heartbreaking. Bryce went from red carpets to mugshots, from movie sets to jail cells. It's like he couldn't escape the spiral once it started. People who knew him said he looked lost, like a shadow of who he used to be. In 2020, things took a terrifying turn. His then-wife ran to a nearby gas station, desperate for help, clearly terrified. She told officers that Bryce had strangled her repeatedly, leaving her in and out of consciousness. The story spread everywhere, and it was chilling. When police arrived at his home, Bryce locked himself inside, refusing to come out. Hours passed while a SWAT team tried to talk him down, and the entire neighborhood watched in shock. When he finally surrendered, the damage, both to his image and his mental state, was done. But it didn't stop there. In 2022, Bryce was arrested again, this time for aggravated assault involving another woman he was seeing. The report said it was violent and disturbing, the kind of story that makes you realize how far he'd fallen. Once a breakout star, now a cautionary tale. The industry that once celebrated him had turned its back, and Bryce seemed trapped in his own personal nightmare. Then, just when people thought the situation couldn't get darker, Jaguar Wright reappeared, ready to spill even more shocking details about what Bryce allegedly went through behind the scenes, and what she said made everyone's stomach turn. According to her, Bryce's own mother, Andrea Mayberry, was the one who supposedly gave Charlie Mack permission to hand her son over to Will for those alleged freak-off sessions. If that's true, it's one of the most heartbreaking parts of this entire mess. A mother allegedly allowing her child to be exposed to something so damaging. Jaguar claimed this betrayal broke Bryce on the inside, leading him down a path of addiction, rage, and destruction. The whole situation feels like a tragic Hollywood horror story, one that nobody saw coming, but everyone can't stop talking about. Jaguar Wright came forward again, and what she revealed was jaw-dropping. She claimed that Bryshere's mother, Andrea Mayberry, once came to her in tears, begging for help. According to Jaguar, Andrea was consumed with guilt and said she regretted ever allowing Bryce to get close to Will in the first place. She supposedly admitted that things had gone way too far and she didn't know how to fix it. Jaguar said she told Andrea straight up, "Get Bryce away from Charlie Mack right now," because Charlie was allegedly the main link connecting her son to Will, but instead of taking action, Andrea stayed silent. And that silence, Jaguar claims, destroyed her son's life. From there, things only got darker. Jaguar alleged that Diddy and Will continued to have access to Bryce, emotionally manipulating him, controlling him, and breaking him down piece by piece until there was nothing left. She painted a disturbing picture of Bryce as completely hollowed out, drained of his confidence, his spirit, even his will to fight back. Jaguar said by that point, Bryce was just a shell of himself, walking around carrying pain he couldn't even talk about. But that's not the only part of this story that sent shockwaves through Hollywood, because right around the same exact time, Jada Pinkett Smith was allegedly getting tangled up with none other than August. Talk about wild timing. If you remember, back in 2020, August made headlines after publicly revealing his secret affair with Jada. That confession rocked the internet. He even said Will had given him his blessing to be with her, which left everyone stunned. August later opened up about the emotional toll it took on him. He said he felt used, like he'd given himself away for years in what he called the Smiths' twisted freak-off lifestyle. By the time he pulled himself out, his soul felt shattered. He confessed that speaking out was the only way he could heal, saying he needed to tell his truth to finally feel free again. But here's the twist nobody saw coming. According to insiders, it wasn't Jada who pursued August first. It was actually Bryshere who allegedly convinced him to go for it. Sources claim Bryce told August it would help him get closer to the Smiths' inner circle, that it would open doors for him. Instead, it opened a Pandora's box of heartbreak and public humiliation. This revelation ties everything together in the most explosive way, showing that all these scandals weren't random at all. They were all connected, from Bryce to Jada to August, in one messy Hollywood web that still haunts them all. When the rumors first exploded, Jada Pinkett Smith tried everything she could to deny them. But Hollywood doesn't let secrets stay hidden for long. At first, she played it cool, brushing off the whispers about her and August like it was no big deal. She told everyone that her private life wasn't anyone's business and that people were just overreacting. But when the headlines kept growing louder and the receipts started piling up, she realized she couldn't run from the truth any longer. That's when the red table talk happened, the now iconic sit-down where she and Will decided to address it all publicly. And right there, in front of millions of viewers, they both admitted it. Yes, Jada did have a relationship with August. She tried to soften it by saying it wasn't about love or betrayal, but about healing.
And give permission in that particular circumstances myself.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But what August was probably trying to communicate, because I could actually see how he would perceive it as permission, because we were separated amicably. And I think he also wanted to make it clear that he's not a homewrecker. Wanted to feel good. It had been so long since I felt good. And it was really a joy to just help heal some.
She called it an entanglement. And just like that, the internet lost its mind. Within hours, entanglement became the word of the year. Memes, tweets, and reaction videos flooded social media. Everyone was laughing, shocked, or confused by how casually she described what was obviously a full-on affair. Jada tried to justify her actions, saying she and Will were going through a rough patch at the time, that their marriage was strained and they needed space. She said she leaned on August, who had already become a close friend of the family, and that one thing led to another. According to her, she just wanted to feel good again, and August gave her that sense of excitement she'd been missing. But things got even wilder when the public compared her version to August's. August claimed that Will had given him his blessing to be with Jada, like it was some kind of agreement. But when Jada was asked about it, she shot that down real quick. She said Will didn't have to give her permission for anything because she gave it to herself. That comment sent shockwaves across the internet. People didn't know whether to call it confidence or disrespect. It left fans stunned, and the memes didn't stop for weeks. And just when it seemed like it couldn't get any more awkward, Will asked the question everyone was thinking. Why did she turn to August in the first place? Her answer hit like a punch. She said, "I just wanted to feel good," admitting that it had been so long since she felt desired or truly alive in her marriage. She hinted that Will hadn't been giving her that passion anymore, and that August made her feel wanted again. The moment was tense, emotional, and painfully raw. Watching them talk about it so calmly while the world was buzzing with shock made it even more surreal. The Smiths' polished, picture-perfect image suddenly cracked wide open, revealing a side of their marriage that nobody saw coming. Just when everyone thought the chaos had finally cooled down, Carte came out of nowhere and flipped the entire story upside down. Out of the blue, she dropped a jaw-dropping revelation that left even the most jaded gossip followers clutching their phones in disbelief. According to Bryshere and August weren't just friends, they were allegedly lovers. That's right. She claimed the two shared a secret, behind-the-scenes affair that nobody in the public ever saw coming. Ali has always been known for stirring the pot, but this time, she didn't just stir it, she set it on fire. And while people have often questioned her credibility, even her biggest critics had to admit, this story had way too many eerie coincidences to completely ignore. Nobody knows for sure how Ali got the tea. Some say she has ties to people close to Will and Jada. Others think she's seen receipts firsthand. But one thing's clear, she's not backing down. She insists this secret relationship between Bryce and August is what fueled August's decision to finally come forward about his affair with Jada in the first place. Ali claimed that Bryce was the one whispering in August's ear, telling him it was time to expose the truth and stop protecting people who didn't care about him. She said Bryce felt betrayed, like both he and August had been used, not just by Hollywood's elite, but by the same powerful figures they thought were helping them. Allegedly, this shared pain created a bond between them that went way deeper than friendship. According to her, it was Bryce who gave August the courage to finally open up and confess to his relationship with Jada, knowing that it would send shockwaves across the industry. But what makes this even wilder is when all of this supposedly happened. Ali said that during the same time Bryce was spiraling, fighting addictions, legal trouble, and emotional breakdowns, he and August were secretly leaning on each other. Behind closed doors, they allegedly found comfort in one another while both were trying to process the trauma they'd gone through in the entertainment world. It wasn't about publicity or fame, it was about survival. And this ties back to those whispered freak-off sessions that Will and Jada were rumored to host. Private, exclusive events where boundaries blurred and lines disappeared. According to Ali, that's where everything changed for both men. She suggested that those encounters didn't just expose them to a darker side of Hollywood, they also awakened something inside them that neither fully understood at the time. Fans online started connecting the dots, saying this could explain why both Bryce and August's lives took such dramatic turns afterward. Now, nobody's claiming that Will or Jada turned anyone. That's not what this is about. But it's undeniable that both Bryce and August seemed to shift in huge ways after those experiences. Before everything, August had only been romantically linked to women. Then, after the scandal, he proudly introduced his male partner to the world, a relationship that's still going strong to this day. Fans applauded him for living his truth, even as the headlines tried to sensationalize it. Meanwhile, Bryce started showing a completely new side of himself through his OF content, partnering with trans women and openly exploring his sexuality on camera. It was a dramatic reinvention, and people couldn't stop talking about it. Gone was the shy young actor from Empire. In his place was a man who seemed determined to take control of his own narrative, no matter how controversial it looked from the outside. Carte's explosive claims added fuel to an already blazing fire. She painted a picture of two men connected through shared pain, shared secrets, and shared transformation. Whether people believe her or not, one thing is certain. Every time she speaks, Hollywood listens. And with this revelation, it feels like we've only scratched the surface of what really went down between Bryce, August, and the Smiths behind those closed doors. And now we've reached the most explosive part of this entire saga, Bryshere's full transformation. After everything that went down, he's now openly posting videos of himself with men and trans partners, embracing a lifestyle that's completely different from his early Hollywood days. Once again, let me be clear, nobody's saying Will is directly responsible for this. But people are noticing a pattern that's way too obvious to ignore. The conversations online have been nonstop. Some fans think it's all just coincidence, while others are convinced there's something deeper going on behind the scenes. One person commented, "It's so sad how some parents sell their children just to chase a paycheck. They're so desperate for fame and money that they forget their kids are the ones who suffer." Another person said, "Bryshere needs to sue Will Smith, Diddy, and even his own mother for what they put him through." The comment section is flooded with debates, some defending Bryce's right to live freely, others demanding accountability from everyone involved in this mess. And honestly, This situation leaves us with a lot of questions. What really happened behind closed doors? Were these young men victims of powerful industry figures, or were they simply finding themselves in a world that chews people up and spits them out? Was Bryce's shift in identity part of his healing, or a reaction to the pain he's endured? And what about August? Was his relationship with Jada truly about love? Or was it just another layer of manipulation in this twisted Hollywood web? It's wild to think how many lives have been tangled in this scandal, from the Smiths to Bryce to August. And yet, the truth still feels out of reach. Hollywood has a way of keeping its secrets buried deep, but every so often, someone comes along and cracks it wide open. So now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about Bryshere and August allegedly having an affair? Do you believe Will had any influence over how things unfolded? Or were these men already on this path long before they met him? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm dying to see what you all think about this one. And if you thought this story was messy, just wait until you see what's coming next. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more wild Hollywood tea, and turn on your notifications so you never miss the next upload. Trust me, the next video is even crazier. Click right here to check it out, and I'll see you in the next one.